My first 20 hours as killer in Dead by Daylight were genuinely humbling. I'd find survivors, lose them at the first pallet, wander the map for 2 minutes finding nobody, and then I'd watch all 4 survivors run out of the exit gates. If I'd have known these 15 things from the start, it would have saved me a lot of pain and a lot of endgame chat I would totally rather forget. In this video, I'm going to be walking through 15 tips to help you get started as a killer in Dead by Daylight. Feel free to comment on any tips I missed down below. Okay, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Start with a simple killer. There are some really fun killers in Dead by Daylight with crazy abilities, all of which are useless if you don't learn a basic one first. Basic M1 killers like the Wraith and Trapper lets you focus on fundamentals without bringing in overwhelming powers. Avoiding mechanically demanding killers like Nurses or Blight until you understand basic chase mechanics really helps you build in a basic knowledge of the game, and it really helps to learn how to build map pressure. On to tip number 2. Never mindlessly spam your power. Killers' powers can be extremely devastating to the survivors if they are used correctly, but they can absolutely kill your game if you are constantly spamming and missing them. For example, if you are using Legion and constantly using his Frenzy ability and never committing to any downs, or playing Huntress and recklessly spamming her hatchets, you are wasting your power and giving the survivors free time. Slowly learn how to commit to using these powers at the proper moment. Learning how to use powers right can take your game to a whole new level. Take a pause and think. Next, we have tip number 3. Early game sets the tone for everything. Having a bad early game is almost impossible to recover from, so from the very start, you have to move with purpose. When you spawn in, start running near the generators. Now, you don't have to look exactly at them. Run nearby them and listen to see if a survivor is working on them. These sound cues are priceless, and it keeps you wandering around a generator just looking for a survivor. If you hear it, then you know a survivor is nearby. So definitely use this tip in the early game. Move with purpose, don't waste any time. Tip number 4, watch the crows. Now, crows are super essential to pay attention to. Crows do one of 2 things. They fly up because a survivor is disturbing a location in that moment, or they fly down, which means a survivor was there 15 seconds ago. Crows are incredibly useful for tracking survivor pathing, so use it to your advantage. Always be on the lookout for where a crow is moving so you can easily track a survivor. Now let's talk about tip number 5. Get high ground for instant map information. A lot of maps include areas that are way higher in elevation, and I cannot stress to you how important it is to use it to your advantage. Off spawn, if you are nearby a hill or the top floor of a building, go up it. You can see so much, and most likely you can spot a survivor. Not to mention, the mid-game use of these high ground locations allows you to track survivors and possibly spot one going for a save. Use these spots to your advantage. Next, we have tip number 6. Always do something with purpose. Looking for survivors is not a plan. Wandering aimlessly loses you time and ultimately the game. Every move you make should have a purpose to it. Patrolling a gen cluster, responding to a noise notification, intercepting a rescuer. Always know what you are looking to do and never wander around. Tip number 7. Know when to drop a chase. If you are chasing a survivor, you aren't getting any hits, it's been way too long, and they have barely used any resources, just drop it and break off from the survivor. 3 generators can pop while you're stuck on 1 good looper. Time in Dead by Daylight is your most valuable resource. Now I know what you're thinking. You might not catch that survivor otherwise, but I promise there will be other moments in the game where you will catch that survivor off guard. That brings us to tip number 8. Do not kick every pallet. Now, breaking pallets is a useful thing, but knowing when to break one is a different story. For example, if you have a survivor in a really tight loop that is super unsafe for them, play the 50-50 mind games. You'll most likely catch them. You don't want to always break the short type loop pallets because it's easy to get a hit on them and they will make a mistake. And if you break that unsafe pallet, then you give the survivor free distance. Now, on the other hand, for the super strong tiles, you want to break those pallets almost instantly. Do not play mind games. Give them as little time as possible in that strong tile. Tip number 9 is identifying and protecting your 3 gen early. When you spawn in, identify a cluster of 3 to 4 gens and make that your primary territory for that match. Constantly patrol these gens, and when you get survivors, hook them in this zone. Now, you're doing this for a couple of reasons. This forces rescuers directly to your patrol, making it easy to get hooks. Also, it makes it easier to protect generators, so you're not running across the map back and forth. You can quickly patrol them and make sure no progress is getting done. Going with tip number 9, we have tip number 10, which is to zone survivors toward dead zones. Now this tip is a little trickier. When you break a pallet, what you want to do is face the direction that has less resources. Doing this will make your chases end quicker. You'll get a hook in a way shorter amount of time. The idea behind this is that sending a survivor towards the dead zone makes it so you get a free hit. And if they try to run to a non-dead zone, they'll end up taking a weird route, making you also get a free hit. With this, you should be tracking which pallets have already been dropped and funnel survivors to those dead areas. We now have tip number 11. Never give free unhooks. Every hook rescue should wind up costing the survivor something. Force a second hook stage, make a survivor trade, or injure the rescuer. When you hook a survivor, go somewhere nearby. Do not sprint across the map and give them a free unhook. It will kill your game. Always try to get something from the survivors and make a proper trade. Now, tip number 12 is a little trickier, but it will excel your gameplay. Tip number 12 is to learn to read survivors' moves. Every single survivor has tendencies. Notice which ones are waiting at pallets, which ones are faking windows, which one aren't dropping pallets and they're just baiting you. Notice these patterns on specific survivors in the early game. It will make your mid and late game chases so much easier. Also, pay attention to which way the survivor is running you. It has information. Is it away from a generator? Away from the hook? Away from a door? Pay attention, it'll help you win your match. Tip number 13 is to use your red stain as a mine tool. Okay, this one is super fun and you can easily catch survivors off guard. What you want to do is walk backwards around tall walls so survivors can't see your red stain. This completely throws them off because it can't tell which way you are actually coming from. It's tricky to do, but once you master it, man, it is fun. Also, flicking your camera back and forth at filler pillars to fake your direction is another masterful tactic. It's not easy to do, but once you get it down, oh my god, it will make your life so much easier. Second to last, tip number 14. Use pressure tactics that are often seen as toxic. Okay, before you go typing in the comments, let me explain. There are many tactics that people find toxic in Dead by Daylight. Tunneling, proxy camping, and slugging are legitimate tactics, so don't be scared to use them. Slugging one survivor while chasing another creates a situation where two survivors are guaranteed occupied at once, and most likely there's a third coming in to help. Of course, there are extremes to this. Fully slugging the team, honestly, it's kind of boring. Who even likes to play like that? Are you having fun at that point? And tunneling early game, like, what are we doing? Like, give the survivors a chance. It makes it a little more interesting. That being said, don't be scared to try some of these at a certain level, and especially ignore the game chat at the end. It's just full of toxicity. Lastly, we have tip number 15. Keep your mental. Matches can end up going many different ways, but keep your cool. Getting 4-outed doesn't make you a bad killer. There are many factors that could have went into it, like map RNG, perk matchups, and team coordination. During the match, you have to remember that losing one chase or losing one generator is not the end of the match. Just stay calm and adjust. It's not over until you're in the lobby. Lastly, report harassment and mute endgame chat if you need. There's no point to being frustrated about it. Don't let it carry about into your next match, and more importantly, into your overall day. It's just a game. It's just someone online saying some words to you. Just ignore it. Okay, so that's all 15 tips. Let me know in the comments which one has helped you, and let me know if I missed any extremely important ones. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.